Good morning, Jamie here, and it is early and it is a Thursday, so I have work to do from home. But before I get started doing that, I want to run out here and get some seeds in the ground because they can be growing and doing what they need to do while I work. And that being said, with such a busy thing going on today, I don't always get ready for the day before I come do the seeds because why? I'd rather run out here, get it done really quick, and then go in and do what I need to do. So yes, sometimes I garden in my pajamas. I'll give you just a tiny tour of this area. This is a water trough that I was given, and it has some cabbages growing in it. And then I just backfilled this bed, and I already had some red mustard and some Michelini cabbage, I don't know how to pronounce it, growing here. And I had already filled that little strip, and this whole thing was pretty low. It was as low as this. So what I want to do is get some seeds out and fill in this area because I have leeks. I have 1, 2, 3 left. We had 4. We had a freeze come through that killed my whole row of leeks that I have in here. So I want to get something planted in here. And this other end, I'm thinking will be all peppers. I'm not really sure yet. So let's get started. Okay, so I thought I'd just show you real quick what I want to plant down here. This is bartender radish from M.I. Gardener. Daikon radish from Dollar Seed. Watermelon radishes from Dollar Seed. And black Spanish radish from M.I. Gardener. I'm going to put all those down here somehow. I went ahead and made my tags. Don't mind my horrible writing. And my marker's running out. So I think I'm going to place the tags away from the sun so maybe it doesn't take the writing off so quickly. And so you know, I do use and reuse my labels and tags a lot. These are old mini blinds my uncle had, and he shaped them, I guess, with a sandpaper or sander, a whole stack at a time, and made a little stakes. So I do collect these up, wash them, erase them, and reuse them, but they do get brittle after a while. So I did go ahead and purchase a new box of these lovely colorful tags, and I'm trying them out. I'll see if I can find a link for them to put below for you to check out, but I don't know how great they work because this is only my first year using them. Okay, let's get the seeds going. I think I'm going to put the daikon through here since the leeks are no longer there. And these are a longer radish. They need to be in ground a lot longer because they get massive. Just going to flatten this out a bit. Maybe even one here. I don't have a big clod. I do want nice loose soil for these radishes. And this is loose, it's just some are bigger. Now I'll plant these fairly close together. But I do get really good germination on these. And if I have to, I will come through and pull some out a little early to give room for the other ones to get huge. I'd say I'm going every 2 inches or so. And honestly, I don't know the recommended spacing for these, because I haven't grown them since last year, and I did get a few really big ones, so I do know they do well here. Okay, so I'm going to label this way, so I know all through here is my daikon. Try not to lose any. And I do pickle the daikon, like a Korean pickle. Uh-oh. There's a straggler. Okay, I'll bring you in a little closer for the others so you can see what I'm doing. Sorry, my dogs are out here. I think they see the neighbors, so they will bark a bit, but they're pretty far. I'm gonna just level this out a little bit, and I think we might do them in little rows. Hopefully not give y'all too much boobage. But like I said, sometimes I come out here and do what I need to do in my pajamas in my own private area. And I don't want to get too close because that other daikon's going to be coming up and it will get big. So I'm going to just make me a little row here. Use that as a blocker. We're going to put these bartender radishes in there. And I do have a spaghetti squash and some cucumbers to grow up this trellis, so they shouldn't affect this little area. I'll plant these maybe an inch apart. Hopefully, just barely cover them. And all this is well-rotted manure. And my sun comes from that way, so I'm going to aim my little sign this way so it doesn't get it all on my writing. Because our sun is strong here, so it wouldn't surprise me if by the time these grew that writing was gone. Alright, I'm going to go pretty close because these aren't massive. And that's probably 4 inches from the first row. I'm going to do the black Spanish next. And I got these all to germinate recently, but I was also gone on vacation, and they just didn't bulb up well. Some of them did. I got a few, but I wasn't here to really watch them and add nutrients as they needed. So the chickens got some radish tops. Hello, Bitty Bitty. Bitty Boo. Yeah, you're a pretty Bitty Boo. Okay, last one is the watermelon radish. And that's there. So I'm going to do this one again about 4 inches away. Don't want to go too deep. Rather be not deep enough than too deep. And I've never successfully grown these. I keep trying them. I think I tried them last year. I think my neighbor's dog is trying to challenge my dogs. They're handling it. and I have a fence, so we're good. Alright. Pop those in, give them a little cover up. And that there. Now, they're not quite right in the line with where the seeds are. They're good enough. And I'm going to go ahead and work on this area a little bit as well while I'm here, collecting my pile of reusable labels. And when I backfilled this bed the other day, I didn't want to rip these out, but I did rip out the radishes that were growing because they just weren't doing so well, like I said, because I was on vacation. So I'm going to try to get in here and pull up some weeds. Right now we have these cages here because we're still letting the chickens run around every evening or every afternoon. And this deters them from scratching up my produce. And I see there's some spots through there that I want to fill. And then through here. I have this here just to hold my cordage out of my way for when I was backfilling. I do have a teeny tiny one there, but I feel like I could do a few more here as well. And that is this. The Japanese giant red mustard, Baker Creek I believe, and it was a free seed, and it is spicy. I tried it. Okay, get out of my bed. These is this, not the Michelini. Cabbage granat, I don't know how you say that. Let me know. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and fill in these spots and that spot, and then it can be like a succession planting. Because I'd much rather, I might just lift this guy up and raise it a bit so it can be higher with its friends on this side. If it dies, it dies. Oh well. We're about to add more plants in here. I'd rather it not get murdered by the soil. Okay, let me set you up and I will show you this little area. Might have to remove this cage so I can get in on this side. Let's see if I can do this without tearing my stuff up. Oh, nice. And I grew huge bunches of these last year and they were fantastic. The granat. They were absolutely divine, so I absolutely want to grow a lot more of those. And I'm noticing I have another spaghetti squash here. We have squash bugs horrible here. So I'm trying to hide these in with other plants. So maybe they get confused between the cabbages and the cucumbers. And I'll have radishes and a bunch of other things, maybe, just maybe. They get big and pretty, and then all of a sudden the squash bugs come, and then that's it. They're done. We get nothing but a lovely plant. Alright, see you in a minute. Oh. See, this is what I'm talking about. The chickens come through and scratch up this area, and we did put a cage around it yesterday. So I guess we're going to find out how tough this is. I don't even see my label. They done kicked it somewhere. Oh, it's way over here. Squash Georgia candy. So I guess we're going to find out how tough that squash is. They have kicked this soil everywhere. Alright, I'm going to need 2 hands for that. I'll be back. I got it all back. I don't think little bruh put that cage around it and pushed it in, so the chickens were able to knock the cage and dig where they wanted to. So that's all fixed. Let's continue on. Oh Lord, another catastrophe. This is my Kakuzi squash. And this did not look like this yesterday, so I guess it is time for the chickens not to come out anymore. And that's what that looks like. And I didn't know if these were germinating or not, so I was going to replant them anyway, so I guess that's okay. So I'm going to go ahead and try and fix this mess. And I'll try to make it where you can watch. I am going to go get some more manure, compost, and fill this area back up because they've kicked everything everywhere. Be right back. Right, I figure I'll let you watch this too. Okay, so I had left this purple sweet potato that was not the biggest in my leftover compost because I grew them in my compost pile of manure last year and they were sprouting these. So I'm going to try to put these in water and save them, see if this little one will grow anymore so I can replant these. Another chicken problem. Look at all those lovely wormies. Okay, so now we got enough over here now. And we'll replant these since the chickens decided to dig them up and kick my stuff everywhere. And I have a couple of different baggies of these because I grew these last year. And one plant made enough for my whole family for the entire year. But I am going to plant two because I really want this to come up. One is from in my gardener from last year and one is from mine from this year. So I will relabel those and pack this stuff up. I have one more plant over here that I need to check on. Grab my spare labels that I found and my little sweet potato that the chickens demolished, and let's go to the other area. So this one seems to have lived through the chicken catastrophe, and it is a blue Hubbard squash. That right there. And I do have some other little things coming up. I don't know what they are, but I don't remember growing anything but loofah over here. And that was amazing and took over the whole area. And now we have loofah for a year, maybe two. So that's good. Glad I don't have to redo that. On to, I believe, one last project. Just a quick little side note. I don't really plan my garden like with drawing it out on a paper or using a program or anything like that anymore. I used to, and that works, but I've started what I call guerrilla gardening my own yard, and I'll start a bunch of things of what I do want to grow that year, and whatever survives our crazy up and down weathers gets to be stuck wherever I have room. And it seems like we're going to have a good bit of figuring out where things need to go this year, and I do not have that much space. That raised bed I was working in, I only have 2 of those right now. So this might be a good problem. On to the last project. So this is another space that I went through and just threw some seeds in before I left. I didn't label them, but I do know they're lettuces. I believe one is Slow Bolt from in my gardener, and then this is a free pack from in my gardener. It just says salad bowl mix. And then I do have regular garlic here and elephant garlic here. As you can see, I need to do some more weeding. I just weeded this, but these clovers are taking over. So I'm going to go ahead and get all those weeds out, and then I'm going to label whatever it is I'm growing that way, and for this row this way, so I can tell the difference on know which one we like or don't. And I will weed this little area and come back to you. I know this is one of those areas that I wanted to take over because my yard is like Jumanji and likes to take everything back from me. Every time we clear an area, it regrows like 3 times bigger. And I just reclaimed this area last spring, so for the weed pressure, I'm pretty impressed that it's not so bad. Alright, I'm going to get these planted. I think there's even some here. Is that right? Maybe chickens have left this alone. I'll just follow this line. Or weed, whatever you want to call it. I'm not eat, don't care. Make my line straight. You do, make the line straight. I get that. Okay, we're going to put the salad bowl mix in here. Here's the mix. Show you these beautiful colors. Oh, that's pretty. You can see. You can pull up the babies and have them in the salad. So that's salad bowl mix. Okay. I hate stepping in here, but this is really awkward. Slow bolt lettuce is next. Make a little trench. I have a feeling by looking at some of these that this might be the salad bowl. That's weed. This might be salad bowl and that might be slow bolt. So I'm probably doing this backwards to what I originally had done. That's okay because this row will be labeled. And I am going to go water those radishes because I have to go water those. That one plant I had to fix because of the chickens. So I will go ahead and water things. Do you have the same problem? Come out here for a couple of tasks and then you end up seeing all the other stuff you need to take care of. But I really have to hurry. The little radishes. We're going to go ahead and get all of that watered in really good. Any of y'all grow leeks? I think these might be the biggest ones I've grown. Tell me your secrets. Hold on just a minute, my hose is stuck. Get it fixed. Oh, no I don't. I guess it kinked. So much for no kink hoses. Hopefully that's fixed now. Let's test it out. Oh yeah. Now we have those little cabbages and red mustards in here. We need to water them a little bit, and this little guy could probably use some water because I just yanked it out. And I did sneak one in here too. I'll give this little guy some water. Those should be okay. Well, we'll give them a little. They are cucumbers. I don't know how warm it's going to get. Alright. Back over here to this guy. And my hose is kinked again. This is why everything takes so much longer than it should. Be right back. And try number 2. There we go. And you know, this is probably the second or third time we've had to fix this. The first time I hadn't worked out what was doing it. Second time I knew. Third time I'm angry. Well, not really, because they're just chickens. They don't know what they're doing. Okay, I'm going to go water in those cuckoozy squashes, the little seeds. And I think that'll about wrap it up for today. I'll see you on the next video. Let me know if you have chaos like this when you're gardening, and if everything turns out to be a lot harder than you think it should. and if you quit or if you keep going. Bye-bye for now. I don't know what they are, but they are big. We'll have to find out.